The Plasmatics exploded onto the New York scene in 1977, a time when the city was a hotbed of musical innovation and rebellion. They were loud, they were wild, and they didn't care what you thought. Their sound was a raw, unfiltered expression of the angst and disillusionment of the era. The band was the brainchild of Rod Swenson, a visionary with a taste for chaos. Swenson was not just a manager, he was an artist and a provocateur, always pushing boundaries. He found his muse in Wendy O. Williams, a runaway-turned-exotic dancer. Wendy was fearless, embodying the spirit of punk with every fiber of her being. Wendy was a force of nature, a whirlwind of energy and rebellion. Her performances were electrifying, leaving audiences both shocked and mesmerized. With her shaved head, ripped clothing, and explosive stage presence, she became a punk icon. Her look and attitude were a direct challenge to societal norms. The early Plasmatics were a raw mix of punk rock fury and performance art. They didn't just play music, they created an experience that was visceral and unforgettable. Their music was a sonic assault, a barrage of guitars, drums, and Wendy's ferocious vocals. Each song was a statement, a declaration of defiance, but it was their live shows that truly set them apart. The Plasmatics concerts were legendary, filled with theatrical stunts and raw energy. They weren't just playing music, they were staging a revolution. Every performance was a challenge to the status quo, a call to arms for the disaffected youth of the time. The Plasmatics cut their teeth in the grimy clubs of New York City, where the air was thick with smoke and the floors sticky with spilled drinks. CBGB Max's Kansas City, these were their proving grounds, the legendary venues that hosted the raw energy of punk rock. The band quickly gained a reputation for their outrageous performances, pushing the boundaries of what was considered acceptable on stage. Chainsaws, sledgehammers, explosives, nothing was off limits. Their shows were a spectacle of chaos and rebellion. Wendy would hack apart guitars, blow up television sets, and even take a sledgehammer to a Cadillac, leaving audiences both shocked and exhilarated. Their music was a middle finger to the establishment, a raw and unfiltered expression of anger and frustration that resonated with many. Songs like Butcher Baby and Monkey Suit became anthems for the disenfranchised, capturing the spirit of rebellion and defiance. They were the voice of a generation that was tired of being ignored, giving a powerful outlet to the frustrations of youth. By the early 1980s, the Plasmatics had outgrown the underground punk scene. They signed with Capitol Records and released their debut album, which was highly anticipated. The album was a commercial success, and the band embarked on their first major tour across the country. Their live shows became even more elaborate, with bigger explosions and more outrageous stunts than ever before. Their music also evolved, becoming heavier and more metallic in style. They released 2 more albums on Capitol and continued to push musical boundaries. The albums showcased the band's musical growth while still retaining their signature raw energy and rebellious spirit. The Plasmatics were a force to be reckoned with in the music industry. The Plasmatics disbanded in 1983, but their impact on music was undeniable. Their raw energy and unapologetic attitude left an indelible mark on the punk rock scene. They had pushed the boundaries of what was considered acceptable in rock and roll, often shocking audiences with their outrageous performances. Wendy O. Williams continued to make music, embracing her role as a trailblazer in the punk genre. Releasing several solo albums that further cemented her status as a punk icon, she never shied away from controversy. She remained a powerful voice for individuality and rebellion until her untimely death in 1998. Her legacy lives on through her music and the countless artists she inspired. The Plasmatics were more than just a band. They were a cultural phenomenon that transcended music. They challenged societal norms, questioned authority, and became symbols of rebellion. Their influence extended beyond music, inspiring countless others to embrace their individuality and stand up against conformity. Their music and their message continue to resonate today, influencing new generations of punk rockers and music lovers alike. A testament to the enduring power of punk rock, the Plasmatics' legacy is a reminder that music can be a force for change and a voice for the voiceless.